Shut the up. Sit your fat ass down. You should have got that popcorn and cotton candy before now, motherfucker. Sit your fat ass down next to your fat ass wife and your fat ass kids and watch this shit. Devastation is about to land on the arena. AEW, get ready for the baddest motherfuckers on the planet. The Hurt Syndicate is here. And Nostradamus predicted in 1492 that two bad motherfuckers was coming to AEW and lay waste to everything in the arena, everything in their way, destruction, devastation. They will kill you. If you're in the front row, you better watch the out. You may get your teeth strapped out. Run home and tell your mama the Hurt Syndicate is here, and that's your ass. MVP, the leader of the baddest duo on the planet. The champions are here. Shut the up and watch this shit.
While the
WWE wants to drop on one little F-bomb, fucking AEW comes back with a whole shitload of them. And Smark went away and came back. Smark, y'all good over there?
I don't know.
Smark's having technical difficulties, folks. Just hold on here. We'll get something working here. Smark, technical difficulties, technical.
Indeed.
All right, he's back. I see him. Can you hear me?
Yes, can you hear me?
I can hear you, sir.
Wonderful. That's a good start.
All right, I think we can hear each other. That's definitely a good start. Definitely a good start. You know why? Because it is Thursday night. This is Wrestling Motherfucking Outlet. That's right. And as I was saying, WWE wants Cody to drop one little F-bomb. Fucking AEW said, well, fuck you, motherfucker.
That's right. Fucking brought. I played a clip from him like 2 months ago, and here he is with the Earth. Like, how do you see that and not be fucking hyped? Like, you just like kind of kill motherfuckers.
I don't know. I thought it was pretty fucking good though. I do. I think it was pretty good. But yeah, man. Yeah, it is. I am Boxman. He is Smark. This is Wrestling Outlet. Hell's fuck yeah. It's Thursday, folks. Oh, I've been waiting for this. I was pacing. And then I saw Smark early. And I was like, holy shit, I got to get in here.
Yeah, not even on time, but early. How about it?
Yeah, you were. You were actually like 5 minutes early. It was nice. Got to sit in here and bullshit for a while. And God forbid we actually plan anything for the show. We don't do that. That'd be odd. That'd be odd if we planned something. That'd just be horrible. But that's all right. We've got plenty of shit to get into tonight. We had Revolution Sunday, which was a great show until it wasn't. Until the end, which, boy, they're getting some backlash for that end. So much so, they're actually doing that match over again next week. And I'm still not confident that Cope's going to get that title next week anyway. But yeah, we've got that. We've got Dynamite. We'll roll those into one at the beginning here. And then we've got plenty more to talk about, folks. We've got more Hall of Fame stuff. We've got Raw afternoons, and even Natalya's got a book. And of course, Hulk Hogan's back in the news, folks. Hell yeah. That's right, brother. That's right, brother. Hulk Hogan back in the news again. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So, Revolution happened. We're 5 days out. I don't think we need to go into full detail about everything that went down on that show. I don't know if you agree with me or not, but I don't think we need to go into everything. But there were some really good fucking matches. Omega and Takeshita had a great fucking match together. That Smark, I gotta ask, what did you think of that fucking women's match, that Toni Storm Mariah May match? Holy shit, man.
I mean, I kind of thought it going in, and especially after seeing it, it should have been the main event. Like, I understand you want the world title to be, the most important thing in your company, but it was the women's match was the match that everyone was most interested in. It was like kind of longest going story. It was better in every way, and everybody was more hyped for it to deliver way more than the actual main event did. So, should have swapped them.
Yeah, I would not have been upset. I don't think anybody would have been very upset if that had been the main event. That fucking Ospreay Fletcher match could have been the fucking main event. My God, dude, they just had bloody match after bloody match. But
I think that was also part of it. Like, I mean, the feud wasn't all that great just to begin with. Like, I wasn't super excited to see the match going in, but you had like fucking these two real cool hardcore matches, like all this crazy shit going on. They fucking, with the women's match, they brought back the fucking Taipei fist, like ECW style. They're fucking taping the fist, dipping in glass, punching each other. It's going fucking wild. And then you finish the show with like just a regular singles match. This is like,
yeah, I did like the kickboxer reference there. I don't know if you ever seen Kickboxer, but that's what that's from.
I got you. They did one. They did a match in ECW. It was like the Rodden brothers, Ian and Axel, where they like dipped their hands in glass too. I mean, it's still more than likely from Kickboxer, but that's where I remember it from.
It's all from Kickboxer, which was an old '80s movie with Jean-Claude Van Damme. But in the movie, they were doing it old school Muay Thai style. They wrap their hands, dip them in glue, and then put them in glass, and then they fight.
Wild shit.
And he fought Tong Po. Yeah, he fought Tong Po and kicked his ass in the end. Don't mean to ruin it for you guys, but it's an 80s movie. If you haven't seen it by now, Van Damme wins. I don't know if you guys know, but that's how 80s movies worked. The good guy wins.
That would be fucking wild if that was like a movie, because that's all the 80s movies of like, they do the training montage and they win at the end. It'd be great if they did like the whole fucking thing. He faces adversity, he does the training, and then like the final fight at the end, he just fucking gets his ass obliterated, just stomped the fuck out. He gets killed like in fucking Rocky 3 or whatever.
If it was wrestling, it would be, but it was actually a lot of training in this movie and a training montage. But I wasn't the biggest fan of Kickboxer. I like the movie. I wish there was a little less training in it, but it's a good movie. He trying to get vengeance for his brother who was put in a wheelchair by Tong Po, and once again, his brother's this like all American guy, and then you got Van Damme and his weird accent, and they try to explain it. Mother took me to school in Brussels. Okay.
They always try to do shit like that. They try to do this shit for Van Damme movies, try to do that shit for Schwarzenegger movies. Why even bother? Like, you fucking know what you're getting into. Everybody that goes to see that movie with fucking Van Damme, with Schwarzenegger, with whatever, the motherfucker can't talk. Like, you don't have to explain it. If you pay, it's not suddenly a surprise if they talk like that. Just if you're fucking, suspension of disbelief, whatever.
Yeah, but Van Damme always had to be like a brother or this or that, or he always had a wife in the movie. Schwarzenegger didn't always have that. Sometimes he was just the guy going out there to kick ass, and that was when they didn't have to fucking try to explain away his accent, and he'd just go out there he would just go out there and do his thing, and it was awesome. I love Arnold. It's getting sad to see some of the guys that the iconic actors I grew up with, action movies or whatever, and they're getting old, folks, and so am I. So it's tough. It's tough to see. Fucking Jack Nicholson barely able to walk. It's tough to see Pacino looking rough, and Joe Pesci, and I mean, Van Damme is still doing movies. That's a good thing. I like it, but I don't know. Guy's a badass, but see, I told you we'd go off track at least 9-10 times tonight. So we already have, but yeah, that we'll take it back. That's the wrapped hands thing is all a kickboxer thing. But anyway, That match I thought was great. I definitely agree. That could have been the main event because it had the Hollywood ending. They were in LA. That made sense to be the main event of the show. The Hollywood ending. That's what they kept calling it. Why?
Mm-hmm.
It would have made sense, and I don't think anybody would have complained. But yeah, I get it. And like I said, that fucking Ospreay Kyle Fletcher match, that was fucking ridiculous. Those two guys went out there and killed themselves in that match, dude. Unfucking believable. But trying to think what else was good before we get to what else was bad. Oh, Swerve and Ricochet, great match. Nana did a mini turn.
I don't know if it's fair to say that it was Swerve versus Ricochet as much as it was. It seemingly like Ricochet versus Leslie Jones. Like 80% of that match was Leslie Jones just yelling at the top of her lungs and making weird like reaction faces. It was fun though.
She was sweating.
Fucking everybody was into it. Like all the celebrities that they paid to be there, I mean, that showed up, they were fucking going wild.
Shit, Ricochet yelling at Ken Jeong. Bunch of other people, I have no clue. One of the girls telling us that it's predetermined. No shit, honey. We're fucking wrestling fans. We'll get into that in a few minutes because she tried to clarify her comments by going, "No, just when I was learning, everybody would tell me I'm gonna win, I'm gonna win, I'm gonna win, I'm gonna win. So I just had that on my mind still. That you guys know you're gonna win because you're so good at what you do. You know you're gonna win. You're so confident." That's how she tried to work that out. Is which that
shit is fake, and you're all a bunch of losers, and then fucking just Leslie Jones just fucking lariats her to death.
Pretty much what she was going for. But hey, I got paid to do the movie. It's okay. Why
Don't
haven't they
spend that money too quick? Because you're probably not going to be getting a lot more checks if that's how you're fucking doing pressers.
And why is Camille not coming back? She's in the fucking movie, has a prominent role in the movie. Where is Camille? I want Camille.
Yeah.
I want some Camille. God damn it. Bring me some Camille. That's what we need. We need it. We got to have some Camille. She really should be back. I don't know why they haven't brought her back. Instead, they're bringing back this other guy that the Art Twinkle Toes. I did see Brad Williams in the audience.
Bitch, you know what I want.
Camille. I kind of saw Brad Williams in the audience. You could.
I was actually thinking about that because I don't know if things have changed, but like I went to a show a little while back and it was like a front row seat. It was at a house show, but it was like way back, and like it's harder to see. Like that's what people don't necessarily think about or realize is like it's harder to see if you're right in the front row because you have to like look up and then that kind of shit. Like that seemed like that would have been kind of hard for him.
Yeah, they should have at least given him like a special little stool or something.
Mm-hmm. Put him on Ken Jeong's shoulders.
That would have been embarrassing, but okay. I mean, let's face it. Ken Jeong is what, 6 inches bigger than he is?
I was gonna say together they would create a full man.
Exactly. So really, that would have been kind of non-productive.
I was actually surprised Buddy's a wrestling fan, like a for real wrestling fan, because I remember him being on TV before, but like because he was alongside Jeremy Piven for the fucking Summerfest fiasco, and I was like, I was for sure it seemed like he was just there because he was getting a check, but hey, I guess he actually likes shit.
No, I've heard him talk wrestling before in some interviews and stuff. He actually is a fan. He's a fan
Nice.
of wrestling. Both companies were all wrestling. So yeah, I've heard Ken Jeong talk about it. The other guys, I got to be honest, I did not know who they were. I still don't know who they are. One of them was from some weird Netflix TV show, I believe. I don't know, or a TV show. Two of the guys, I don't know who they were.
Don't remember the other celebrities that were there, so I don't know if I know them.
Exactly. WWE's got fucking Macaulay Culkin coming in, and we got fucking Ken Jeong, AEW.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck. Every time Macaulay Culkin's out there, they just fucking love him. They need to get him doing more in WWE. They really should bring him in for something. He could probably, I would assume he could do some talking.
Mm-hmm. Probably. I mean, he's an actor.
Yeah. I mean, listen, a lot of those child actors are, have their issues. He pulled through them, and it seems like he's getting kind of a second shot now. And the public has fallen back in love with him, and it's really good. It's really good to see that, some people really need that second chance, and he's definitely getting it. Macaulay Culkin is definitely getting a second chance, and it's awesome. Been married to the same woman forever, not. They've been married a long time. He's not one of these Hollywood scumbags that marry, divorce, fifth wife down the road. No, he's just seems like a good guy, man.
I was trying to find a way to shoehorn that in, and you fucking alley-ooped it right to me. Thank God. God bless you.
I didn't mean it, but you're welcome, I think.
He's a lucky man, I'll say that much, but that's all good.
Yeah, she's beautiful. But yeah, that's and another great match. The Swerve and Ricochet match I thought was great. Nana ended up getting his robe back. Like I said, Nana did like a half turn, and then by the end of the match, everything was fine, and what Swerve was bowing to him, and they were hugging. It was fun.
They basically did the Undertaker thing. He was like handed him the robe like it wasn't the arm. It's funny because like Nana walked out and he was like flipping him off. He was like, "Well, proves that Swerve wasn't watching the pay-per-view." Because like, hey, wait a minute, why are you flipping me off? I'm about to have problems.
Oh, he saw it. He was looking right at him when he did it.
Okay, that's cool.
He was looking right up the ramp when he did it.
It is odd that was like the most captivating story. I felt like. Just like the whole thing was based on the road, and this is the most exciting thing.
Yeah, I think that continues, but that storyline's definitely going to continue. Meanwhile, though, it might not, because now Swerve is going right after Moxley.
I think it's over. Right? Ricochet is trying for the international belt, and it's kind of cool though that they both have had opportunities to turn on each other, and they opted not to. That was it's kind of an interesting story they're telling with that, because a couple of months ago, it seemed like Swerve was going to join the Hurt Business, so they were trying to recruit him, Hurt Syndicate, and he opted to stay with Nana and ended up getting a beat down for it. And then Nana was it looked like they were setting up for Nana to turn on him at Revolution, and he ended up, of course, joining him again. So it's kind of interesting they did that.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you're right. It was good, and you're right. It definitely looks like it is probably going to be. At least they're taking a good break from this storyline, which they should at this point. Once Nana got his robe back, where do you go? What then? It's like, yeah, time to move on. And Swerve definitely, we found out, moved on, because after the main event, he jumped all over John Moxley. But, we also failed to mention the opening match, which MJF and Hangman had a really good match. I was so happy Hangman took that fucking match. That was definitely the right way to go, having him win that, and then he's on Dynamite. Did he cut his fucking hair? It looks like he cut his fucking hair.
Hangman or MJF?
No, Hangman.
Maybe
he didn't look as Hangman TA, which I've heard other people saying that, and fuck all of you. That was me, bitches. That was me.
Hey, man. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm talking about. Exactly. But yeah, that was a great one. Another great match. I got to tell you, this whole pay-per-view was great. And then this was the first one you were able to buy on Prime Video. And then they had this main event. It was going fine. I'm thinking, shit, they got to get this fucking title off this guy. They're going to do it. They're going to do it. They're going to do it. Then Christian's music hits. And I go, okay, I don't care. They're just going to get the title off Moxley. They're going to do it. They're going to do it. They're going to do it. It's a three-way now. It's a three-way. And then Moxley comes in and chokes out Christian. So Moxley keeps the title.
Mhm.
I don't think anybody was happy with that outcome of that match. I just don't. I don't think anybody was happy with it. I certainly wasn't. Nobody wants the. Every podcast I listen to, whether they are negative or positive on AEW, wants this Death Rider storyline to be over, done with, finished, kaput, over ski. Bye bye. End it. Cut it. Stop it.
Mhm. I mean, I would have rather. I would have been happy if they would just fight Night Christian, but I'd be like, all right, cool, this is nice, because like we were talking about, like you hadn't heard Christian in it, it's all right, you have Ron cash it in, whatever, they fucking basically money in the bank style. Cool, that works for me. But I would actually, honestly, despite the fact that I wholeheartedly agree, and I've been saying the same shit too, that the fucking Death Riders angle is just going nowhere and fast, actually nowhere slow, honestly, but I would rather actually Moxley than Cope at this point. I don't really want to see him holding the world title. I don't really think he could have captivating programs, feud storylines, etc.
No, I don't care if it's Christian. I don't care. I wouldn't even have cared if Jay White came out and signed his name to the fucking contract and ended up taking it. I wouldn't have cared anyway. I think that title needed to come off Moxley, and it didn't. And it was a shitty ending. It was a bad end to the pay-per-view. So bad they're going to give you this match again next Wednesday. Now, I got to tell you, I'm still not very confident that Cope is going to win it then either. And if they do, it feels like a fucking pity win. Oh, everybody wanted you to have the title 2 weeks ago. We're going to give it to you now. Then it feels manufactured, the win. Now it doesn't feel right if he does. So now he has to lose. And this shit has to fucking go on and on and on, I guess, to Dynasty. I don't know.
The way that you framed that, it kind of reminds me of, like, do you remember, like, Halloween Havoc 98, where they had the fucking god-awful Hogan Warrior match that went on for too long? And then they had the fucking, right after that was the actual main event, was Goldberg and DDP, and then they ended up having to fucking air that match on Nitro because it overran too long, and like most people that paid for the pay-per-view didn't get to see it.
Yeah, well, I mean, think about this. The guy that was on the pre-show Sunday main evented Dynamite last night.
Mm-hmm.
The guy that was booming with the Costco guys main evented Wednesday night.
I like Orange Cassidy, but I heard that, I was like, because I was like, all right, it's time for the main event. I was like, what is the main event? They announced it. I was like, this fucking sucks. This is the worst main event ever. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
I got to say, Dynamite was not a great show this week. It was okay. There were some good matches on Dynamite. But when it really came down to it, I mean, there wasn't that many matches. And again, Orange Cassidy versus, what's his name? Hechicero? Good, Hechicero. There you go. The best thing about the night is I was introduced to Speedball Mike Bailey, who I got to be honest with you, I don't know a lot about, but that guy looks like a fucking Ken doll.
I figured you'd be all about him based on just the aesthetic alone. Of like you mentioned, fucking John Clark, man. He had a bit of a Karate Kid thing going on. He's really good. I like him.
Yeah,
he's really entertaining in the ring. Not so great on promos, but it's AEW, so who cares? But
yeah,
watch.
I don't know a lot about him. Obviously they're going to push him because they have this little tournament, tournament going on. Obviously, he's going to be. I mean, he had 2 appearances on the show last night. He had his debut, and then he came out at the end of the show after Orange Cassidy won because they're going to be going on. Norab, my man, what is up, brother man? I can't see who else is in there, but we got.
Norab saying he's happy that Moxley won. Moxley needs more mayhem. Keep it on him until Sting beats him for the belt. Sting's coming back.
Oh, Norab, you're getting too old to be a troll. Okay.
You're never too old to be a troll, brother. Keep up the good work. True enough, there's pity sex is still sex, and pity win is still a win.
All right, just there you go.
Oh no, Luke's saying that he woke up and it's cold as fuck. Says that's an ominous sign. From what I'm hearing,
you're a vampire. It's supposed to be. That's how it fucking works, dude.
That's true.
Didn't you ever see Lost Boys where they went to the cave? They're like, it just got like 10 degrees cooler in here, man.
Oh no. Actually, you've been talking about business. True North saying that he checked the stock market and that it is just basically a fucking avalanche.
It's an avalanche! Snow filled the air, buries everything. Time to be scared. You better be aware. It's a nightmare. You better run away if you just can't stay. Well, I gotta eat, but other than that, I'm doing pretty good.
It's a 2-for-1.
Same kid. Dude, I was actually talking to Smark about this before. Stock market's dropping because we're in a fucking trade war. And it looks like we're going to just... this is about to become who's going to back down first. And let's be honest, the fucking egomaniac in the White House is not going to let anybody beat him. So this could get bad for all of us for the next few months. So hang on to your hats and hang on to your hats. Fucking trade war. Not what we
I think I have a hat nearby, so I can't help you.
Well, I just wish he would have waited a little while to start this fucking bullshit. I wish he would have waited at least 6 months and then started this bullshit. Because people were very happy he was back. People were ready to start doing business again. And then, whoosh, we're all fucked because of trade wars. Stock market's dropping. Everybody's losing money. I was just telling, like I said before the show, everything is going up from paper to petroleum to everything. And when all that shit goes up, plastic goes up, fucking paper is going up, steel is obviously going up. It ain't fun. It ain't fun. But at least we have this to calm us down. And I'm sure y'all hear dogs barking out there. It's my wife just got home, so my dogs are going nuts. But anyway, were we still on Speedball Mike Bailey?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the guy looks like a fucking Ken doll. He looks like a fucking Ken doll, but definitely is good in the ring. I don't think I've ever heard him talk. Where is he from?
Do I still have it?
Uh-oh.
Give me a second.
You have like a bio or something on him?
Sort of. Give me a second. Let me pull it up.
Trying to think.
But yeah, he was on the independent scene for quite a while. He had some issues, visa style, so he ended up. I think he got stuck in like Japan for a minute, but yeah, this should help you out.
I moved here from Canada and they think I'm slow, eh? I moved here from Canada.
Stephen Butler, hope you're not in the chat. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, Stephen.
I'll apologize, Pat McAfee style later. Don't worry.
Yeah, I'm not doing that apology shit, folks. That was smart. You can apologize.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, he is a Canadian.
Okay. All right. So, all right. That explains why he can't talk very well. I understand.
Mm-hmm.
I totally understand. But yeah, I'm trying to think if there was a few things on Dynamite that weren't much related to the pay-per-view that Revolution. We saw Samoa Joe, Hook, and Shibata. Even Kenny Omega and Shibata had a little stare down because they're in that tournament. They were up against three nobodies, which the match didn't last. It lasted longer than I thought it should have. Willow Nightingale and Penelope Ford. Penelope Ford with the lightest chair shot I have ever seen in my life.
Mm-hmm.
It was worse than the Hogan chair shot. It was worse than anything I've ever seen. It was the daintiest hit I've ever seen in my life.
Speaking of Canada, the Lance Storm balls are always really shitty. And he just openly admitted to this. Like, yeah, of course, I'm not going to hurt anybody for real. Fuck you.
Oh, sorry, Norhab. 3 somebodies. Yeah, there was somebody. Yeah,
I was honestly disappointed that they didn't include Aaron Solo in with the other 2 like enhancement talents. It'd just be great if that was just his reoccurring gimmick, is that he just keeps getting paired up with jobbers, losing in squash matches.
Okay, fine. It was Vinny Pacifico, Eli Theseus, and Gabriel Eros. How's that?
I fucking love Gabriel Eros.
I even had their names. But there you go. Ricochet and Strickland both had promos on the show, not against each other. Had Cope coming up and talking to Strickland and whatever. We had a weird segment with MJF, not the one where him and Hangman ran into each other. That story is going to continue for a long time. But the one with him and MVP, where suddenly we had to hear MVP tell his whole history about how he met MJF and literally made MJF look like a little bitch because he was just some driver.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, this was my young boy back in the day. And, it's like, why are we doing this to MJF's character?
I mean, I understand the story that they're trying to tell, I think, but like, yeah, it is kind of an interesting point of like they basically just made him seem like he's a total fucking mark, which I guess is sort of part of his gimmick too. But like the whole idea of like he's always supposed to, like he's kind of, I believe he's the character wise, like the backstory said he's always supposed to have been rich. So like the idea that he's like out here like chauffeuring people around because he wants to be able to meet MVP, it's like not terribly flattering for his character, but.
No, I mean, I get where they were going. The kid was eager to learn any way he could, eager to take jobs in order to just talk to wrestlers. I get where they were going, but I didn't feel like that's where they brought the storyline to. I just didn't think it seemed like that. So, I don't know. I just didn't think it was that great. My wife just walked in.
I mean, I'm curious to see where it goes because it's kind of interesting that they had MVP tell Lashley and Shelton to just like go take the week off or whatever, go fuck around, do whatever you want to do. No gym, and they're like, "Fuck you, we're gonna work out every day, all day." All right, so they leave, and then fucking MVP goes out recruiting. So did they know about that? Are they going to be pissed off at that? Are they going to be pissed off at MJF? Are they going to be pissed off at MVP? Like, what's going on with that?
I don't know, maybe, but I don't think so. I think that this is what MVP does, and they know it. I don't know. Luke, we're good. How are you doing, sir? Thank you for asking. I appreciate that. I do.
I'm doing good. Hanging in bed.
Yeah, I think that was my wife that just walked in, and she put down some beer and some masks. I have to do some bleach work in the bathroom.
Bleach working.
Our molding. No, our molding is actually molding.
Oh no.
Yeah, because they obviously didn't put any water seal on it. So I need to bleach off the mold, put some Kills-It on it, water seal it, and then probably repaint it over again. So I got some work to do this weekend. So we got masks because I can't breathe in bleach. It'll kill me.
Right.
But yeah, we got gloves and everything, so we're gonna do it. But that was that. So, but yeah, I just I don't know. I wasn't crazy about that segment, and then MVP handing him a card, and I don't know. It was weird. You have MVP gushing all over MJF, and then MJF just immediately went heel on him. Like, no, I don't want your fucking card. Fuck you.
Fuck you, card. He's like, no, we will kick your ass. You'll take this card. He's like, all right, cool.
Yeah, it was. I would have rather imagined that there was no reason for that segment, to be honest with you. Maybe down the road, I don't know. Why would MJF join the Hurt Syndicate?
It doesn't seem like a fit, which is what makes it interesting. Because I don't think it ends with him joining the Hurt Syndicate, but does he feud with the Hurt Syndicate? Because at the moment they're both heels.
Oh,
but I would say the Hurt Syndicate are more so faces than MJF is.
Don't even tell me they're gonna put him and Hangman together to take on the Hurt Syndicate. No.
I mean,
no.
I was thinking that they were gonna pair Hangman and Swerve, but it might just end up being Hangman and MJF. I would have preferred Hangman and Swerve, being honest, but it is what it is.
Well, right now Swerve is going after Moxley, so again, dude, it's a fucking clusterfuck. Oh, MJF will buy the Hurt Syndicate? Oh, that's just wrong, having the Jewish guy buy the black guys. Don't do that, please.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't work well for NWA, as all I'm going to say.
No, it's not. That's a bad idea. That's a bad idea, Norab. And it's a little unsettling you thought of that. But
thinks it's going to set up War Games, the Elite, and MJF versus MJF and the Hurt Syndicate. Maybe. I mean...
the Elite. You're telling me Young Bucks are coming back? That makes the TV show even worse. Nobody wants to see them anymore. Nobody wants to stay behind the scenes.
No, they'll be back at some point.
I just wish they would stay behind the scenes because the show is so much better without them getting their shit in. Sorry, but it is. I think it's much better without it. Now, if we could just stop this Death Rider stuff, which I'm not completely against, I see the complaints and I get it. I do. It's kind of a nowhere angle, and every time you think it's reaching this, I don't know, peak, it never gets there. It's like it's peakless, I guess. Peakless. We'll go
Peakless in Seattle.
Close enough. But yeah, I mean, it just didn't make sense. But I did like the. I'm looking forward to Swerve and Moxley. I think that could definitely be some fun stuff right there. And I mean, that's really it. I mean, there wasn't that much. I did think it was funny when they were backstage and Renee was trying to talk to Hangman and she saw MJF and she didn't even wait. She's like, oh, I'm getting the fuck out of here now. She just kept walking. She's like, I know where this is going and I'm not fucking staying around for it. She knew what was up. She's like, I'm not even hanging for this shit. I know what's about to fucking happen. No, oh God, no, can you stop this?
Yeah. I was saying Hugsy, Conan, and Disco, and Joe Feeney. I don't know who Joe Feeney is. The teacher on Boy Meets World will be the third team in War Games.
Accidentally made my screen big. Okay, I don't know about that. I'm gonna call bullshit on that one. Now, Eddie Kingston has kind of chimed in on after the pay-per-view, and he said kind of a cryptic tweet. Love is the highest elevation of understanding. I don't understand AEW anymore after last night. Why come back? SMH. I'm shaking my head. It sounds like Eddie Kingston is also, I don't know if he's working something or if he's just like, this company is not the company I was at when I was hurt, when I left.
Well, he's sent out a couple of tweets like these after pay-per-views since he's been injured, and it seems like it's over. But it would be funny if it was just him being honest. He's like, man, this shit sucks. You got the fucking Costco guys out here. Like, fuck it, I'm going to WWE. Fuck all of you. I don't care if I'm in NXT. This is bullshit.
Actually, meanwhile, everybody thought that Costco guys match was fucking awesome. I heard nothing but good things about even fucking Big Boom AJ.
Everybody can go fuck themselves twice. You understand me?
I didn't hear anything bad. I heard everyone's like, he's kind of a fun guy to watch. That's what I kept hearing. He's a fun guy to watch. So, I don't know, Smark. He's just a fun guy to watch. Big Boom AJ.
What a mark.
You tell him, Raven. You fucking tell him.
I can't go for it. I can't go for it.
No.
Like, even, like, okay.
Go for that. Can't go for that. No.
I never really want to see celebrities in wrestling, barring the occasional exception. You get, like, some Andy Kaufman type shit, and that's fun. But, like, the Costco guys, like, that's where we're at. Like, fucking, I don't want to be that person, because everyone fucking has this state. But Jesus Christ, WWE has fucking Travis Scott, and you have the Costco guy.
Well, I mean, yeah, to me, I really don't know who either one of them are. So to me, they're kind of like on the same level. Because I don't know a Travis Scott song. I don't care. So to me, it's like, yeah, this is what us older guys see. This is how us Gen Xers are thinking. It don't matter.
Okay, like, I understand not knowing who he is or whatever. That's fine. That's not really your particular genre of music. But, like, he's at least culturally relevant. I'm not sure that the fucking Costco guys are still culturally relevant. Like, how long do memes in the modern day, like, what's the shelf life on that?
I don't know. I mean, Costco has pizza. They got hot dogs. They got other stuff. They change their menus. So, you know, they can just be Costco spokespeople for I don't know how long.
They could at very least, if they're going to do fucking people that are famous for promoting shit, you could at least get, like, fucking Tony Storm versus Flo from Progressive or something. Like that, give us that shit.
That would be the hottest fucking match in the world because Flo is hot.
Mm-hmm.
Flo is hot. She was, yeah, definitely. So I'd watch that. But I don't know. But what I thought was funny is one of the actor guys went into the ring and did something. And Taz couldn't help but go total fucking old man and was like, "What? Everybody's a wrestler now? Nobody pays dues anymore? Anybody can wrestle?" Okay.
He's probably gone already, but see you, Luke. Have a good night, friend.
Luke. See you, buddy. I'm like, Taz, you got a point. You got a point. You got a point there, buddy. I love Taz. I do. But I was happy to hear Nigel McGuinness and it was great. It was good to hear Jim Ross out there calling matches. I like that they only bring him out for one match here and one match there. I think that's the right way to do it. And it makes the match feel important when you hear Jim Ross. I'm sorry, but it makes the match feel much more important when you hear old JR out there.
Definitely.
In my opinion. I know some people don't. Norab says we need the Sam's Club guys. Yeah. I don't know if they exist. I could be a Sam's Club guy. I'll go in and eat their food.
Maybe that's it. This untapped market, like me, you, and Norab could be the Sam's Club guys.
There you go. Hey, my wife just came from Sam's. That's where she got me beer behind me.
I've never been to Sam's Club. What do they have in their, like, cafeteria? They have, like, fucking corn dogs or some shit.
It's basically the exact same as Costco.
Mm-hmm.
Hot dogs, pizza, shit like that. It's the same thing. It's really not much different. They have the same kind of food there. But
we just need to kidnap, like, a chubby Italian kid. So we need our own Rizzler. Maybe not Italian. Maybe we'll do, like, an Asian or, like, I don't know, Middle Eastern of some kind. We just need a small fat kid because that's apparently part of the formula too.
I think we should get a tall, skinny kid.
We should get the British kid. That's our Rizzler.
But I'll kill him.
Of course, but, like, that's how that's going to end for them too. But, like,
no, I don't want to go to jail, especially if he's British. That's an international crime. I don't want to do that. That's got to be a hate crime somewhere.
It's a hate crime. You might get diplomatic immunity, but did you guys know that Stuttering John once ran for senator for California? I know now.
Listen, Arnold was the governor.
Hell yeah, he was.
He was the governor of California. He couldn't even say California. But
how do you imagine that his wife felt? Where like she got conked, but like not even by like another actress. Just like he was just out there dicking down the maid. Like that's wild.
I'm telling you, man, if you watch that fucking movie Pumping Iron, Arnold is not a good dude. Arnold's not a good guy. He's groping fucking waitresses. He's smoking pot. He was not a good guy back then.
There goes my hero.
He was not a very good guy. Sorry to tell you.
The only clips that I've seen from that Pumping Iron is where he talks about how getting a pump is better than busting a nut, and he's categorically wrong.
What?
I mean, I'm not lifting the way he's lifting, but he's wrong.
No, back then it was probably different for him. He was on so many fucking steroids and shit. It might have been the same for him. Who knows? Who knows? But you just like totally went quiet there. Did you mute yourself? Oh, there you go. You're back. You're back. Well, all right. I guess we've gone through that. So I guess we can get rid of those, and I think we're done with those. So anyway, folks, as we said, there is another entrant into the WWE Hall of Fame coming up this year, and that is none other than Lex Luger. Now, anyone who listens to this show knows I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of Lex Luger. I'm just not. I never have been. I always thought Luger seemed like just this assholey kind of guy. Turns out I was right. But Luger's going through some shit right now. He's working with DDP. He's able to almost able to stand on his own or able to stand on his own. So, listen, doesn't matter my feelings on the guy. What he's doing is very tough, and I really commend him for what he's doing. And I'm glad to see him going into the Hall of Fame, my personal feelings aside. And I think we'll leave it at that. I mean, look, the guy definitely has the qualifications. I mean, everybody talks, well, this one shouldn't be in there, that one shouldn't be in there. I would say Lex Luger definitely has the creds to be in there. I mean, the guy's been around since the early 80s. Played football, a 2-time WCW World Heavyweight Champion, 5-time U.S. Champion, even bringing the WWF Royal Rumble winner. Didn't do much in the WWF, but in WCW, he was definitely their guy. 2-time World Television Champion, WCW, 3-time WCW Tag Team Champion with Sting and the Giant. So, definitely this guy is, and come on, the fucking feuds he had with Ric Flair, and this guy was a fucking horseman. So, not the greatest incarnation of the horseman. That would be the one with Barry Windham. But
or with Mondo, but I mean,
no. Windham days. Windham days were the best. You had to be there, Smark. You had to be there watching those things, man. Those guys were fucking wrecking shit in those days. It was beautiful to watch. It was when wrestling was wrestling, sir.
Yeah.
That's right. Men were men and women were horny. Okay.
Men were men and so were the women.
No, that's now. All right. That's now.
Fuck yeah, brother.
That's now. But what do you think, Smark? I mean, we've talked about Luger. I'm usually the one that takes over the conversation because I'm not a big fan. But what do you think of Luger going in? And no, go ahead. Just go ahead.
Okay, the thing that's interesting is I was around for most of Luger's run.
Yeah.
And because I watched early WWF. I don't know if he was there while I was watching, but I went back and I saw the Yokozuna shit, Lex Express and all of that. And I saw the WCW run. I don't know if I've ever watched somebody for as long as I've watched him and been as indifferent about somebody as like even as a kid. Like I don't know if I really cared about Lex Luger like one way or the other. It's like yeah, he's there. Like all right.
See, and I've said this before. My dad would always see him and go, "That guy just looks like an asshole. Guy looks like an asshole." My dad never. Listen, my dad's a great judge of character. I've always thought he was. And when my dad calls someone an asshole by just judging him on television, there's probably a reason my dad calls you an asshole. I mean, look, we all know there were some things that went down. Everyone's already like, he murdered Elizabeth. No, she OD'd and was found dead at his place. They were fucking doing drugs. Okay, let's calm down here. Let's not, let's not jump to fucking conclusions and start calling the guy a murderer. Yeah. He knows he fucked up. I'm sure he fucking thinks about it every day. Leave him alone. All right. And again, I'm not a Luger fan here, but I'm sticking up for the guy when it comes to that, because you don't fucking call a guy a murderer when someone OD'd just because they OD'd at his place. My God, there'd be a lot. My God, think about how many people in Hollywood would be called murderers if that happened.
Mm-hmm.
You don't hear it. Trust me, folks. We don't hear about all the ODs that happen in Hollywood, but they happen.
I think, just honestly, when I heard the news, I kind of just felt like I was very curious as to whether or not this is what they actually planned, like this is what they were planning from the beginning, or if just they heard like the Chris Van Vliet interview and they've been hearing about him like trying to recover and rehab his image and his body and trying to walk again and shit, and decided that they were just going to throw him a bone because it's good publicity. But even if that's the case, it doesn't fucking matter. Like Michelle McCool's going in there this year. It's not even a real place. It's not a brick and mortar Hall of Fame. It's just a fucking concept, essentially. It never fucking mattered, and it never fucking matters.
No, it's really not that big of a deal. And like I said, listen, if anybody actually has those qualifications to go in, Lex Luger's the guy. 100% Lex Luger's the guy that does it. And like I said, he's working with DDP right now. He's been confined to a wheelchair for a while. DDP has him standing on his own, doing some stuff. There's so many stories about when people leave wrestling, bad stories, decent stories, not many great stories. DDP is going to go down as the absolute saint of professional wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
In my opinion, the guy helped. Look, Scott Hall was a tragedy. He fell, things happened, but he was sober. Jake, my God, I 100% believe we would not have Jake the Snake Roberts if it was not for DDP at this moment in time. He's helped a lot of people, and pretty awesome what he does. So good to hear some stories about that. But yeah, Lex is working with DDP, and that's great to see. I've seen a few videos of it, and I mean, my feelings on someone has no bearing on the fact that they're busting their ass trying to walk again.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. I that means nothing to me. And you know what? If I sat and talked to the guy, he might actually be a good guy. I've never fucking sat and talked to Lex Luger before. So
yeah, unfortunately, not to be that guy. I just wanted to make sure that I had my facts right before I said anything. But Hall actually did end up relapsing because it was because of COVID. I guess he was like down to the dumps or whatever.
Yeah, but I don't think that's why he fell and died, was it?
I'm not sure. I was reading because it said 4 days after Hall's death, so all been revealed to the Wrestling Observer newsletter. Fucking stooging them out through. How could you? That Hall had relapsed into alcohol issues when COVID-19 pandemic and resulting lockdowns rendered him unable to have social interactions. That is so fucking shitty. And at one point, he had dropped down to 210 from 287.
Jake relapsed once too, and you know what? Once you have that problem, that's always a problem. That's always a problem, is relapsing back to it. So,
According to this, he underwent hip surgery from the fall hip replacement. Blood clot was dislodged, resulting in Hall having 3 heart attacks on March 12th, 2022, after which he was put on life support. Marietta, Georgia was taken off life support March 14th. So there's really no like correlating evidence, apparently. Like they didn't say one way or the other whether it was or it wasn't, but it's not included. So I guess it's safe to assume that it's not.
Yeah. I'd like to think it's not, but yeah. So there you go, folks. Lex Luger going in. What if they get Conan or Brett to do Lex's induction? I would think
Get Brett. Get Brett. Get Brett.
2 guys I can't stand talking about each other. It would be a fucking nightmare for me. But
he was a piece of shit. I never liked him.
If Flair wasn't such a ticking time bomb, that would be a great guy to induct him. I mean, with their feud, the Horsemen, but I mean, they may get Flair. I don't know. Triple H is such a Flair guy. They could do it.
I can't wait till they get somebody that's like entirely out of fucking left field.
That's one of his most known feuds is him and Flair.
Oh, for sure. But I'm just saying I can't wait until they get somebody that's like entirely out of fucking left field. Like when Lex Luger is getting inducted by like fucking Jelly Roll or like JBL or something, and everybody's like, what the fuck does this have to do with anything? Like, I'm waiting for that moment.
Oh my God. I mean, Arn maybe could do it.
Pat McAfee's screaming at his top of his lungs about how much he loved the Lex Express.
Arn could be a guy to do it. Arn, he was the 4 Horsemen. Arn could do it. He or I would be afraid of Arn going off crazy.
I understand that, like, he retired with AEW and he's like probably part of AEW to some degree. It really wouldn't surprise me if they got Sting. I don't really think they give that much of a fuck about letting Sting do it.
I think that would be great to do too. That I don't think AEW would say no, and I don't even think he's completely under contract with AEW. He may be, but I got a feeling Tony would let Sting go do this.
I think he would.
I mean, look, the guy's not. It's not like Sting's on TV weekly, so he's not, hurting any company image. But I think Sting would be a good guy to do it. That's probably who they'll try to get. We'll see what happens. But I don't know. I'm not sure who else they could get to do that. Bruce Pritchard. Oh my God. If he comes out as Brother Love, that's fine. Only if he comes out as Brother Love. It's the only way I'm down with that.
Nori also suggested Vince returns. I'd like to see that. I'd be watching if that was what happened for any number of reasons.
Vince is not returning. Oh, and by the way, he's also not starting a wrestling company. Can we get off that rumor, please?
I wish so badly that rumor was true.
If he starts anything, it's going to be a movie company. He's always wanted to do movies. Think back to Beyond the Mat when he said, "We make movies." He wants to make movies.
I just want to live in a world where like disgraced Vince McMahon buys like fucking CZW and he's like running shows at the old ECW. Like that's what I want. That's how I want the story to end. No. I see him possibly getting into Hollywood. He'd fit right in Hollywood. I mean, he's the new executive producer for Nickelodeon.
And you're right, Norab. That was Conrad out there starting rumors. I hear he's out there talking to cameraman and other people. Is that an innuendo? Yeah. Stick this in your endo, you fucking leech. Guy gets lucky, marries a fucking Flair. Now he thinks he's fucking Mr. Podcast.
I am absolutely certain I've said this before, but he's just like a more successful version of Carol. Like he's Carol Crockett, but with more money.
The guy's a leech. I'm sorry. The guy's a fucking leech. He scammed everybody on Ric Flair's last match.
Oh, dude, he was putting them out there to die. That was wild.
Everybody fucking y'all paid so much money for that. And then Ric Flair comes out and goes, "Oh, that was definitely a money grab. You know how much money I got paid for that? Yeah. Oh yeah. All y'all got screwed. He told y'all you got screwed. I told y'all months before that shit went down. This is a money grab. It's a money grab. It's a money grab.
Of course it was. Everybody knows it. If they didn't know it was a money grab, they deserve to have gotten screwed.
No one knew it was a money grab. Listen, these are probably the same people that bought Hawk Tua Girl's fucking coin or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'm saying. All I'm saying. But anyway, let's move on from that and let's go to folks. If you're an avid watcher of Raw, well, in the next few weeks, it's going to be Monday Afternoon Raw. Yep, they're going to be overseas, and because the way Netflix works, they're just going to air it when it airs live. So here's what you're going to get next week. On March 17th, it's going to be Brussels, and it's going to start at 3 p.m. Eastern time. That's going to be so weird. Not that I watch, but it's going to be weird. But so then you're going to get the next week, March 24th, they're going to be in Glasgow, Scotland. That's going to start at 4 p.m. Eastern time. And then on the 31st, the end of the month, they're going to be in good old London. And that's going to be right back to the 3 p.m. Eastern time coming back on. So for the next 3 weeks, it is going to be Monday Afternoon Raw. What do you think of that?
Ooh. How about it?
I mean, I'm just saying, you know, for us in the U.S., we're used to Monday Night Raw. What it is. Started the same time every week forever. Now they moved to this fucking Netflix, and now they're fucking with people, man. Monday Afternoon Raw. Nobody wants to watch wrestling. People are fucking working. Most of your fan base is at work at 3 p.m. Well, no, some of their fan base is at work.
I wish there was like a wrong answer buzzer drop that I could have played there. Just imagine it in your head. So now their fans are working. Are they? You sure?
They're out of work by 3 p.m. working at the Starbucks.
They're out of work indeed.
They're out of work by that time. You know, they got first shift at the Starbucks.
Ooh.
Making coffee with funny faces in it.
Okay.
Isn't that what everybody loves? The funny face coffee?
I guess. I don't drink coffee, so I don't really know.
I don't either. I don't either. But I did get this. I thought I might like this vape, and it's coffee.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It's disposable. It's kind of a cool little disposable, though. You just take the battery off, keep the battery, buy the tubes. Battery just pops on there. Little magnet.
Perhaps asking the real questions here. What are your favorite jobber themes?
Favorite what?
What are your favorite jobber themes? Like jobber theme songs?
Wow. You're going to make me think of theme songs? Holy shit.
I mean, if he counts, I do kind of like, just for the sake of how bad it is, that fucking Rob Conway song versus Randy Newman, or like a Randy Newman sounded like. Like, that's pretty fucking odd. Just look at me. It fucking sucks so hard, but it was great. I was partial to the Oddities theme song. I like that. It was ICP.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to think of like...
Yeah, it's hard to go back and think of theme songs for guys that I don't remember. Jobbers, but I mean...
Well, yeah, that's kind of the problem. Is like most jobbers didn't get theme songs because they got the jobber entrance where they started already in the ring. So it was like, who are wrestlers that were basically just jobbers, but like glorified jobbers?
I mean, shit. Hurricane's theme song was the best if you want to call him a fucking jobber.
Kind of.
Oh, that theme song was awesome.
Oh, no, the theme song was great. I'm just saying, I don't know if so he's kind of a jobber.
I mean, I guess you could. I mean, I guess you could call him a jobber. I got to shut this door. These fucking dogs are killing me.
The fucking Kai and Tai, I like the Takamichinoku theme song.
Okay, that was a good one.
They're
Good one.
basically jobbers.
And yeah, see that now we got to start calling guys jobbers.
Although I will say that gimmick did not get enough credit. The fucking where they were cutting the promos and they were just doing the dubs over their voices, which apparently that was Shane McMahon doing the voiceover, that's awesome.
Indeed.
David Otunga, Zack Ryder, Jinder Mahal, Justin Gabriel, Fido.
Zack Ryder's was always good. You're right. Justin Gabriel's, I don't remember.
I don't think I remember either.
I'll tell you what theme song grew on me, and it was a faction, but that Right to Censor theme song ended up growing on me.
Just the alarm noises?
Yep.
The B team. I can't say that I remember the B theme song. The only thing I remember about I don't think that was even the B team. No, that was Social Outcast. That like the guy who got in trouble for calling it jobbers on Twitter, even though they were jobbers. Like it was one of the Tough Enough guys. I think it might have been old Big Andy. We were talking about him like 2 weeks ago or whatever. It was like those guys are a bunch of jobbers, and everybody got mad. It's like, well, you guys are a bunch of like. What do you want from him?
Yeah. I don't know. David Otunga. I don't remember his theme song. You know what? Fuck it.
It was like, oh, way, oh, you hear the ground, bro. You fucking.
Smark already.
I don't think it was that. I don't think it was a bunch of mumbling. I forgot the actual lyrics, but it was like, oh, way, oh. You see me come and hit the ground running, something like that.
You already probably got us a strike for playing the AEW thing, so what the hell?
It was from their Twitter. It may or may not be a strike. We'll find out soon.
David Otunga theme song. I'm gonna play the song. I'm not gonna play the video.
Welcome to David Otunga Appreciation Night here.
Now I'm gonna play the. Let's see. This is All About the Power. So this is from 2011 to 2014. Here we go. You were right. Can you hear that?
Kind of. And now, no.
No. Wow,
I heard it for like a quarter of a second.
Yeah, that's all you needed. No, I don't like that one.
I don't like that one either.
No, I don't like that one. Don't like that one. Zack Ryder's I like. Always that radio theme is great. Jinder Mahal, you know what? His theme was good. Justin Gabriel, I don't remember his. TJ Perkins had a good theme when he was there. Or his theme was good, that kind of video game theme song-ish. That I liked that. I don't know, man. It's hard to think, you know, all those jobbers because some of them didn't even have fucking music. So
Yoshitatsu was alright. Like it's kind of sound like video game music, like almost kind of like some Mario type shit.
Yeah, that was that was too. Yeah.
They're fucking Jesse and Festus. Festus, not Festus. I don't know what it is. The fucking biscuits and gravy.
Let's see. Jobber. I'm on a playlist here. They've got the Evan Bourne theme song on here. All right. I remember that one. I remember that one. Here, I'll play a little. You can't hear him.
Fucking Maven's theme song, which he hates. He said numerous times that he hates that song.
Oh, I know. What was Evan Bourne's? Let's see.
I don't remember the Evan Bourne's theme song at all.
Okay. All right. I remember that. The Bo Dallas theme song, Mason Ryan, Carlito. Carlito's was, I mean, if you want to call Carlito a jobber, that's fucking, that old theme song of his was pretty badass.
I refuse, even though it kind of sort of was for a while, because he just like blatantly stopped giving a fuck after a while, and they even like started calling him on it on TV. We had Ric Flair yelling at him for not caring anymore. He's like, hey, you're still paying me. You fucking fired me if you don't like me that much. And then they did.
Yeah, they don't have that many. That guy's only got 11 on there.
Trying to think. I don't know.
Now, Nora mentioned the B team. Here you go, buddy. Here's the B team.
Fucking
B team.
cat. And not Stacy Carter. I'm talking Ernest Miller.
I remember that one now.
Well, there was either one, because it was like the WCW one was like basically just a rip off of James Brown, and then the WWE one, the cat was in WWE for a minute. There was the same one that they used for the fucking Funkadactyls and Brodus Clay. The fuck somebody, oh my mama.
Yeah. Mark Miro had some good theme music.
Fucking Flash Funk.
Well, yeah, good stuff. But yeah, so I guess fuck it. I guess we can move on.
Yeah, I think we could.
Yeah, I think so. So, if you remember a while ago, we had heard that Miro and Lana had separated. I guess that didn't work out too well because it turns out just over the weekend they renewed their vows. So I guess they are back together and everything worked out. That's awesome. I guess they never finalized their divorce and they were just separated and they ended up working it out and getting back together. I think that's pretty fucking awesome, to be honest with you. I'm happy for both of them. That's good stuff when you can work stuff out.
Yeah, good for them.
It is good stuff. And I mean, there were Lana was seen with a few guys out there, but nothing was ever, it was all rumors and innuendo.
Oh dear God! Unfortunately, you just painted a very unpleasant picture of like her fucking Conrad, which is just disgusting. Just absolutely disgusting. He just did fucking blue chewed up crazy style.
Oh jeez! Oh, that poor fucking Flair girl. Oh my God! Guy's just sitting there, fucking big, fucking fat fuck with blue chew in him. Just got, oh my God! Just holding his stomach back. Oh God, I'm done.
It's basically like the
inverse. You know what? I probably.
I was gonna say it's basically the inverse of the mass transit incident, except for like instead of New Jack fucking up a fat person, it's a fat person fucking up a poor, just helpless woman.
Poor helpless Flair. My God. Could see. I'm God if JR was calling her. My God, she has a family. Okay.
Hold on a minute, Sean. Let me get in there. Stand back. There's a hurricane coming through.
I need to save this poor woman. My God, she has a family.
He's throwing fucking jars of barbecue sauce to try to distract Conrad so he can sneak rescue the poor girl.
God damn it, somebody bring me some wings now. Okay.
God. Tell you what, Dr. Death wouldn't have approved this. That's all I know.
Oh, fuck. Oh, God. Oh, shit. We only got 2 more things. We might actually get out of here in about an hour and a half tonight. So, Natalya. Smark Natalya. She is coming out with a memoir type book. And by the way, Dirk was at WWE a few weeks ago and said she is even more delicious live. This woman is, if she'd stopped doing shit to her face, she'd look even better. But she does look good. She's starting to get that Trish look to her. But she is set to release a memoir in October called The Last Hart Beating. And obviously this is going to talk about her journey through wrestling, her starting in wrestling, and just her whole journey and her being the daughter of Jim the Anvil Neidhart. They're going to get into his addiction and his financial struggles and pretty much everything. But it's going to be it's going to be audiobook and all that stuff. So you'll be able to get it a few different ways. But I don't know, man. This is going to be pretty interesting because, I mean, I'm sure she's lived a pretty interesting life, and I'm sure everybody. I don't know if she's ever written any other book, has she?
No.
No. So this will be pretty cool. Coming out in October, and like I said, it'll be on ebook and audio book and all that stuff. So if you're not a reader, like I'm not, I'd rather listen to a book. You can do that. So there you go. But I think this will be pretty cool. I was always a Jim the Anvil Neidhart fan. I thought he was the more talented one, in my opinion. But of the Hart.
You would have said that about any Hart. Like, yeah, fucking Bruce Hart over here is way more talented. Let him.
Come on, fucking Teddy Hart is more talented. We know this.
Keith Hart more talented. I mean,
Julia Hart more talented.
That is the most money fucking gimmick I've ever heard. Like, just have Julia Hart claim to be a Hart, but then like she's like a total asshole and no one likes her. Like, just have Julia Hart be female Teddy Hart without like the legal issues, for real. But that would be wild.
That would be. Well, I mean, even Teddy Hart's not looking like Teddy Hart anymore. So scary.
I'm always leery of like biographies written by WWE people while they're still under contract for WWE. I mean, it's kind of a different animal at this point. Like they're more open to actually talk about like what actually happened and perhaps maybe even tell the truth. But that being said, if you can, I'm going to wait until it comes out, and I'm just going to hope for the best. And by hoping for the best, I mean I hope that there's at least a mention of Teddy Hart in there, because I would like to read some Teddy Hart stories.
Well, and she had input on this, but I don't think she was the actual writer of this book. So, but she definitely had input on it, and obviously they talked to her about it. But
it's the case with a lot of those like biographies. It's not terribly surprising. It's not that big of a deal, honestly.
Yeah, because they say that they're partnering with Natty to share her story. So not too sure she wrote this book. But anyway, it doesn't matter. It's probably going to be really good stories. And you're right. I want to know what they do and don't mention, because there could be a lot of stuff that they do and don't mention in this book. I don't know. But definitely gonna figure out what's going on when it comes out in October. So there we go with that. And folks, as we said, Mr. Hogan, he's back in the news. As usual, he just can't help himself. And I don't understand why. We all know who this man is, but he was actually in New York. Probably just as bad as being in LA, to be honest with you, for Hulk Hogan. But the News 12 in New York's Hudson Valley is reporting that Hogan upset a number of Hulkamaniacs at a Real American Beer promotional appearance as the WWE Hall of Famer left the event early, leaving many fans who waited hours to see him disappointed. A fan and his young children were told that they would be likely able to meet Hulk Hogan, as they were 185th in line at the meet and greet at the ShopRite in Montgomery, New York, which was supposed to be able to accommodate 200 people. This fan and his children were turned away after waiting in line for 4 hours. Despite promises of Hogan being able to accommodate 200 people, Hogan reportedly left midway through the event. Just stood up and they bolted, the fans said in a video, which led to a commotion from those who were being left behind. There you go, folks. Once again, Hulk Hogan screwed over his fans. There was no reason why he left. There was no, I don't know, maybe there was a threat on his life. It's New York. I tend to doubt it. I'm more surprised it was a guy who was willing to wait over 4 hours in New York for Hulk Hogan. That is a baffling statistic right there to me. You don't think so? 4 hours? Over 4 hours you were going to wait for Hulk Hogan? What, are you going to ask him to fucking speak Carney to you?
We want the gold, sucker. Hulk Hogan, we coming for you, nigga.
By the way, Booker T, #1 on the list on BET's top 15 black wrestlers. Congratulations, Booker T. Yeah, of all time. Yeah, seriously, he was #1. I'm serious.
I'm just trying to think if I agree with that. I mean, that's a good candidate as anybody, I suppose.
Yeah, they had some. I can pull that up while we're.
Because you run into the whole thing about The Rock. Is he Samoan? Is he black? What does he represent more of? Blah, 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 that whole shit. So, like, yeah, Booker T would be a good choice. Kofi's a good choice.
Here we go. Here we go. I'm pulling it up straight from BET. Straight from BET, so we're not getting any edited versions. Okay. So here we go. Number 15, they have Jazz.
Okay, nice.
14, Shelton Benjamin. Very nice. I like that. Now, this is now they do say ever. Now, yes, there's a lot of people left out of here. I get it, everybody. But let's face it, they're trying to make a list of who people know. This is they're not trying to be historians here. So let's calm down, anybody. Oh, they left out this and that. Yeah, they did. Okay. Shelton Benjamin, as I said. Naomi, number 13.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Jacqueline. Okay.
Yeah, that's way better.
Okay. I'll tell you what. Those. I'd put those boobies in there.
Mm-hmm.
Big E. Yes. Yes. I was one of those guys that absolutely thought Big E was the guy they should have pushed to the moon. I don't know what his future is. I don't think he knows what his future is yet, if he can ever come back to wrestling. But Big E, number 11 on this list, and I think that's a great spot for him right now. I definitely think he should go down as one of the greats. I really do.
Super interested to see if there's going to be one particular name on here. So let's keep going.
You haven't seen this list at all? Oh, thank God. This is awesome.
No, I have not.
All right, number 10, we've got Devon Dudley.
Okay.
All right, yeah, absolutely. Number 9, Bianca Belair. Okay. Bianca's, listen, she's had a great couple years. She's making a real name for herself out there. She had his history-making WrestleMania moment with Sasha at that one time.
That's true, yeah. All right.
You could sit here and make a definite argument for this. Bobby Lashley, number 8, Bobby Lashley. My God, guy's been around since 2000. I don't think I could. I don't think I could argue with this. Let's keep going. Ron Simmons is number 7.
Okay.
Damn.
Would probably put him higher on the list, but all right, fair enough.
Possibly, and to be honest, this next one I'm a little shocked that they just kind of, I don't want to say threw it in, but kind of feels like they might have just threw it in just to be like, oh yeah, don't forget this guy. I am not repeating that comment from Norab. I am not doing it. Number 6 is Junkyard Dog. I personally loved Junkyard Dog. Back in the 80s, the guy was awesome. I loved it. Listen, I even knew back then the guy wasn't a good wrestler, but he was an entertaining guy, and he was funny, and kids loved him. I had the little thumb buddy of him and all that.
Okay, now to be fair, that was not NORAD. That was True North that said this is a list of people most likely to skip.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry, NORAD.
Let's not give NORAD the Hogan heat on this one.
No, sorry, and I don't care who said I'm not gonna do it. He can put it up there. I'm not saying it. I'm not gonna do that. So that was number 6, Junkyard Dog. So number 5, they put Sasha Banks, Mercedes Moné, whatever you want to call her. I think I would have put her. I would have switched her and Bianca.
Nice guy.
I think I would have put her where Bianca is and put Mercedes back where Mercedes back, so Bianca up to number 5. Personally, that's what I would have done. Number 4, we've got Mark Henry. Dude, just for the fucking retirement salmon jacket swerve, throw him in there.
If we're swapping people, I'm swapping Simmons for Henry in that order.
Just for that, throw Mark Henry in there. Fucking one of the best things. And let's face it, that Hall of Pain run that he had was fucking good. That was fucking good. Where he just come out there and wreck people.
Mm-hmm.
Number 3, Kofi Kingston.
Okay, I'm fine with that. Yeah.
Didn't realize he's been around since 2006. Kofi's been around a long fucking time. I didn't realize that. But there we go. Kofi Kingston, number 3. Number 2, The Rock.
Wow, 2 big snubs.
2 what?
Because you said 2 big snubs. You said The Rock's number 2. We already said Booker T's number 1. So that leaves a very important person off of this list.
So I just tased him. I tased the shit out of him. You're like, Jack, I can't feel my legs. I said, you ain't gonna need them. Bombs away.
Nope. No Jack.
But seriously, okay, I understand why no new Jack. He should have been on there, but okay, fair enough. I can understand why no new Jack. But fucking no R-Truth? Seriously?
I'm with you.
He's been there forever. Like, he was literally like 99, 2000. Like, he's been there for like fucking 25 years.
And every time he's on, his segment is hilarious. The guy is amazing, either funny or good. The guy is great. I'm with you. I think Truth should have been on this list somewhere. But, I here's my, I don't want to say issue, but I'm going to, let's put issue. Right now, The Rock is in a storyline where he's mainly promoting his Samoan side.
Yeah.
And most of the time, he's promoting his Samoan side. It seems like Rock only admits the fact that his father is black when it comes to lists. And I'm not saying admit. I'm saying people only want to admit that or put that in there when it comes to a list like this or something where he can get some sort of credit. But I don't know. I 100% agree with you. Why not put R-Truth on this list somewhere? Does The Rock really need to be on a list like this? Really? No.
I would honestly say, I'm trying to remember everybody on this list, but I would say maybe either take out Naomi or take out Bianca, put R-Truth in there. Because with Bianca, okay, yeah, she did have the WrestleMania thing, but she's still relatively new, so give her some time. Maybe Naomi? Like, what has Naomi done, really?
I don't know. I agree. I think R-Truth should be on this list somewhere. Absolutely. Yeah, as we said, number 1 is Booker T. Congratulations to Booker T. Been around since 1989, man. Trust me. Harlem Heat was one of my favorite teams back then. Those guys were fucking larger than life. To me, those were the only guys that were like the size of like the Road Warriors. Like these guys compared to the Road Warriors, to me, they were, you know, they were that big. So, you know, I loved Harlem Heat. I was a huge fan of Harlem Heat back in the day too. When I was a kid, they were awesome. I've always liked Booker T, and I just didn't realize it's been since 1989, man. I mean, Jesus Christ. I was 14.
Right.
But yeah, that's that list right there. I'm
Awesome.
kind of glad we went over that list. I didn't realize you hadn't seen it, but when you brought up Booker T, I thought, why not? Let's go over that list.
Topic of discussion. Controversy. I was gonna say maybe also him over Devon, but Devon I guess belongs there.
Yeah, Devon's fine on that list. I mean, it's fucking his career. Yeah.
My question for you though, going back to number 15, which I think it's cool that they put Jazz on the list at 15. I'm glad Jazz got some credit. But for the sake of argument, Kong or Jazz? Like just in terms of career accomplishments, would you rather would you rather have had Awesome Kong on that list at 15, or would you rather have had Jazz on that list at number 15?
Oh, you're talking about Kia Stevens. I didn't even think about her.
Yeah.
Right, she should have been somewhere up on this list too. But I
mean, like, okay, granted, she didn't have a very long WWE run. She didn't have a very long AEW run, but she honestly, in terms of like North America at least, one of the greatest female wrestlers ever.
Probably could have been on this list. You know what? Maybe they should have done a 20 list because I think they might have got more people on there if they did. When you're doing a top 15, let's face it, you're going to leave people off. It's not going to be the list you want, but it's going to be the list we get. It's not, I mean, what are we going to do about it? Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Mm-hmm.
But that's a good call. That's a good call. I didn't even think about her.
I mean, that's a real tough debate because, like, they both had good careers and they both accomplished quite a bit. Because, like, I mean, Jazz was revolutionary in some ways. Like, she was out. I mean, she was fucking great in ECW. She was out there having matches with dudes. She was out there. She was like, they had the whole invasion thing. She was over there feuding with Trish Stratus. It was actually a pretty solid feud. Like, she was legit.
Yeah. Absolutely, and Jacqueline too. I think definitely belongs on that list. I mean, she was.
She absolutely did.
And like I said, when we saw them boobies, she was Hall of Fame material, in my opinion. Right then and there. I liked them covered, but goddamn, when they were uncovered, woohoo! My lord,
that's right.
That was better than I thought. That was better than I thought, but I think Jazz actually just did something with TNA maybe just a few weeks ago.
It's possible.
I think she did. I think she actually did something with TNA. I can't remember what it was. But I think she might have done that. But, dude, I got to tell you, this was kind of a slow news week, Smark, and unless the chat room's got anything else, unless you got anything else.
I have one thing real quick. I should have mentioned it while we were talking about Hogan.
Fine.
I listened to the Scott Steiner Chris Van Vliet interview. Oh my god, this shit was fucking wild. Because they mentioned Hogan because they were talking about the heel turn when Scott Steiner turned heel and started doing big Papa Pump stuff. And he said that he thought it was kind of a misstep that his first match as a heel they had him lose. And he said it was fucked up because Hogan was the one that made the call on that. Hogan was the one that decided that he was going to lose. I don't even think he faced Hogan, but Hogan decided he was going to lose. And Chris Van Vliet was like, well, what's up with that? He's like, well, Hogan's a motherfucker. He's a piece of shit. There's no other way I could put it. And it was just like, it was wild because it was Team Scott Steiner for the entire interview, but then they asked him about Hogan. He's like, fuck that guy to death. And it's like, yes! Like, let's fucking go. Like, he hates Hogan. He hates Ric Flair. Like, it's pretty wild. And then he just out of nowhere fucking casually mentions, because they're talking to him about legacy,
right,
that he doesn't want it to be called the Hurricane Ron. He wants it to be called the Frankenstein because that was his shit. He invented that. But then he says that he invented the 450 splash. I was like, I was listening to it in the gym. I was like, wait a minute, hold on, what now? Like, hold the fucking phone. Like, I at first I didn't believe him.
Yeah, I saw that, and then I saw video.
Check this shit out.
Carter moving around as Scott Rexsteiner could be going to that top rope. Going for the Superfly. The 1.5 Superfly. What an amazing feat it is. And he gets him. He gets him. He's got him. He's got a 1.
Well, he kind of landed on his feet. He really just did a flip.
Well, he in the interview admitted that because he said that he was working. I forget where he was working. He was working like Watts, maybe something like that. And he said at the time, he said that if he was new and if you injured people, you didn't get booked. So he said he purposely landed on his feet so he wouldn't hurt the guy. Like he basically just he was purposely trying not to hurt anybody. So like it was as advertised. Because at first I was like, you invented the 450 splash. Like, don't fucking drop that kind of bombshell on us just out of the blue, like very cavalier about it. I was like, I don't know if I believe that. And then he started talking about him landing on his feet not to hurt the guy. It's like, I think he's fucking telling the truth. And he's like, no, there's video of it out there. I'm like, hold on a minute. I stopped what I was doing immediately. I fucking hit YouTube right in the middle of the gym. I was like, I got to see this shit. He fucking, sure enough, it came up on YouTube. I was like, thank God. I was like, oh, this fucking wild.
Yeah. Steiner had a lot of stuff that he fucking really, I mean, he was a pretty ahead of his time when you think about it. The Steiners, I mean, Jesus Christ, these guys were, I was a kid when those two guys came out, and they were another team that I was really interested in because, Rick was, I had always liked Rick. And then when Scott came in, I was like, these guys are fucking badass. And again, another team that really seemed like they could be a legit contender to the Road Warriors, who were my, second favorite team behind the Rock and Roll Express. But
Demolition.
I don't know, man. Fuck Demolition. I've always liked tag team wrestling, but fuck Demolition.
They were the better team. Someday you'll see the light.
No, I'll never see the light. There is no light there. That is a fucking dim light.
One team had fucking Mr. Fuji, and the other team had a puppet.
One team admitted on the Road Warriors video that they were literally a copy of the Road Warriors.
They perfected it.
That would be Demolition. No, they were a copy. You can't perfect a copy. They admitted it. They admitted it on video. I have it. Fuck, me and Anthony reviewed that video.
I mean, Coke Zero tastes better than Coke, but it's all good.
I don't drink Coke, so I don't know. I don't drink soda. I haven't had a soda. Oh my God. I think last year I had a Sunkist.
There you have it.
I was dying of thirst. I think last year. I mean, like early last year, I might have had a Sunkist. I think that was last night. I don't like soda. Is like so gross. Ugh. It doesn't quench. It's not a thirst quenching drink. It's literally just put it on pancakes. It's fucking syrup. It's syrup. Put it on pancakes. It's stupid. I never, even when I was a kid, I wasn't much of a soda drinker. I drank more Gatorade and juice, and I've never been a big fan of sodas. Never have.
Rips is faker. I'm gonna assume he's laughing at accusation that he was calling him a faker.
Me? No, I don't drink soda, dude. Look, I got beer here. I'm drinking. I drink beer. I ain't gonna lie. Beer that might be why I'm able to do my beer drinking, is because I don't drink soda. All I drink during the day is water.
A man who doesn't appreciate soda out here telling you that Demolition wasn't the better tag team. I mean, what more do you need to know about this man?
I don't know. I'm just never been a fan of soda. I just never did.
I mean, you know who else doesn't like soda, Box? Because I'll tell you who else doesn't like soda. Fucking, it would work better if I had the sound effect queued up. Communists don't like soda. I kept scrolling and it wasn't showing up.
Which ones?
Which communists?
Yes, I'd like some examples, please.
Chinese kind.
Well, I don't even know if they're allowed sodas over there.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
I don't know if they're allowed sodas over there. I don't know. I've just never. I don't know. I've never been a fan of soda. Like I said, just never have. Next week, Smark will be replaced by the Undertaker's wife.
I'd listen to that anyway.
I wouldn't mind talking to Michelle McCool. I've got a few questions for her.
I don't know why, but my mind defaulted back to the original one. Fucking Sarah.
Oh, Sarah? Okay. Well, you know.
That's who I'm going to end up doing it with. You fire me, and I'm doing it with the original wife, and you're doing it with Michelle McCool. I'm just hanging and banging with fucking Sarah Taylor.
I could have some questions for her, too. Did you make Undertaker get the tattoo of your name on his neck? What kind of woman does that?
Question 1. Why would anybody believe that DDP was stalking you when his wife was Kimberly and you are you?
Yeah, his wife was way hotter. Well, what were you thinking?
A bunch of bullshit.
Did anyone tell you that you looked like Deborah?
Actually, to be honest, she kind of looked like Nicole Bass, but without the muscles.
Nah, I always thought her and Deborah looked almost alike. I'm like, my God, him and Stone Cold got the same taste in women. Stone Cold has a taste in women. He likes them rough.
Battered.
Hard women. Exactly. He likes them. Right. Stuttering John has put me off from drinking too much beer. Well,
too much. He's forced me to drink in moderation.
I mean, I drink a few beers on the show, but I don't think I've been hammered on this show in a pretty long time. I think the last time was fucking 2 houses ago when I got so hammered I couldn't even do the show anymore. That was a rough night. That was on a Friday. I came home and started drinking with my wife. That was a bad idea. I didn't even eat. Stuttering John punches his palm like Smark just did. I don't know where Smark went, but I'm assuming it's got something to do with his dog. He's probably letting his dog in. But listen, Chad, if you guys got anything you guys want us to talk about, go for it. But otherwise, when Smark gets back, I guess I was gonna get into the whole Carmella thing, but I just think it's so stupid. The whole thing with the Carmella thing and what she said and all that, and I don't know. It just all sounds fucking like petty. Take me back. So I really don't want to get into the whole Carmella thing. It's just I don't care. More John talk. Nope, we're out of here. Okay.
I don't know anything. I'm the only person willing to play along with that bit, and I don't really know anything about the man, so I'm terribly sorry.
Yeah, that's about it. No, I don't. And folks, I meant to do Hollywood Hangout last week, but it turns out my Mixer subscription actually was gone last week, so I'm debating if I want to record or do the show on YouTube and change up the format just a little bit. Give me one more week and I'll decide what I'm going to do on that front. And I'm probably going to do that. I think I want to bring that show to YouTube and change up the format a little bit and go from there. So that's going to happen with Hollywood Hangout. I did not do one last week, and I'm not going to do one this week. I'm just going to work out how to do this. If I decide to record, I'll put one out this week. But I think I might want to bring that show over to YouTube. I can do some stuff with that. I don't know if I'll use StreamYard. I'll probably use OBS or not StreamYard. Not OBS. Streamlabs. That's what I'm thinking of. So I'll get that worked out. And Smark, tit me. Talk to me about
claims that John is still a celebrity. That's the latest John update. One more. He drinks 21 cans of Coors Mountain. He's fucking Andre Giant in these Coors.
That you probably need to go to a meeting or two for that.
I think that's more of a Wade Boggs thing. You share that stuttering John. Anyways, speaking of Wade Boggs, famous baseball player, totally inappropriate team sports, a la AKA Tits. Tuesdays, 8:30 p.m. Free agency. We were talking about that. There's been more moves in free agency. We're about to talk about those too. We got the March Madness is coming up. Selection Sunday is this Sunday. So we'll be talking about all of the brackets, making our predictions, doing that at fucking college basketball time. So come join us Tuesdays at 8:30.
Damn, sounds like you got a lot going on in the sports world there. That's good, man. Nice. I got a shitload to talk about.
The NHL playoffs pretty soon too, so that'll be fun.
Oh, there you go. Are any of those in Canada? We're gonna get booed again.
More than likely, there's usually at least one Canadian team that gets the playoffs. There's like fucking 8 of them. So
I don't care. Boo all you want, people. Enjoy yourselves. Boo, boo, boo. No, let them boo.
Nuke you crazy stuff.
Let them boo. Fuck it. They're allowed to boo.
They're not going to be booing when they get annexed, let me tell you. 51st state, here we go.
Fuck that. You pay money, you can boo. I don't give a shit. You pay money, you can do whatever you want. But yeah, folks, that's gonna be what I'm gonna do with Holiday Hangout. But anyway,
will you review the Stuttering Giant movie? Question mark. Both of you? Question mark.
Let me figure out what I'm doing with the damn show first, and then we'll go from there. How's that? Maybe I will. I listen. If Smark wants to be the glutton for punishment, I'll make him watch it. We'll figure that out. But anyway, we will be back here as usual next week, Thursday night, 9:30 p.m. Eastern time, talking all the fucking wrestling you can. Subscribe, like, do all that fun stuff to our channel. I really wouldn't mind getting to 100 likes, just so we can start stealing money from you guys with super chats. Okay. No, I'm just kidding. I don't need that, but I would like to get some more activity on this channel. So see what you guys can do. Tell a friend. Tell them we suck. I don't care. They'll listen if you tell them we suck too. But anyway, yeah, like reverse psychology. So let's get out of here while Smark's dog is calm and not trying to fuck his arm. And there you go, folks. We will see you next week. Have a good one. Enjoy the weekend coming up. See ya.